blue light of the time stream was hurting their eyes. It was like looking into the sun, but the sun was spinning and screaming. The time machine was shaking very hard. It felt like a small tin can inside a washing machine. Bolts were rattling. The glass on the cover was cracking. Bulma was holding the steering wheel with both hands. Her knuckles were white. She was crying, but she was trying to keep her eyes open. She had to steer them to safety. Goku was squeezed in the back. He was holding his ribs. His ribs were broken. Every bump in the time stream made him grunt in pain. Vegeta was sitting with his arms crossed, but his hands were shaking. He was staring at the floor of the machine. He was not looking at the lights. He was replaying the image of the earth exploding in his mind. He saw the white light again and again. He saw the ocean boiling. He saw the mountains melting. It was burned into his brain. Trunks was holding Piccolo's body. Piccolo was cold. His green skin was turning grey. Trunks felt the weight of the dead Namekian. He felt the weight of his failure. Gohan was sitting next to Trunks. Gohan was silent. He was looking out the window, but he was not seeing the time stream. He was seeing darkness. He had lost his wife. He had lost his daughter. He had lost his mother. He had lost his mentor. Gohan's eyes were empty. There was no light in them. There was only a deep black hole where his spirit used to be. Suddenly, the machine jerked to the side. A red bolt of lightning hit the side of the machine. It was Zamasu's energy. Even in the time stream, he was trying to catch them. Bulma screamed. She pulled the lever down hard. The machine spun out of control. It tumbled through the blue tunnel. They were falling. They were falling out of the stream. They were crashing into a timeline. They did not know where. They did not know when. They just knew they were hitting the ground. Boom! The time machine smashed into wet mud. It bounced once. It bounced twice. Then it slid across the ground, tearing up grass and dirt. It hit a large rock and stopped with a loud crunch. Steam hissed from the engine. Smoke poured out of the back. For a long time, there was silence. No one moved. The only sound was the rain falling on the metal glass. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. It was a gentle sound, very different from the explosions they had just heard. Goku was the first to move. He pushed the glass cover open. It was stuck. He had to use his shoulder to force it. It creaked and popped open. Cold air rushed in. It smelled like rain and wet earth. It smelled like a forest. Goku climbed out. He fell onto the mud. He groaned. His body was so heavy. He looked up. The sky was grey. Dark clouds were moving slowly. There was no sun, just endless grey. He looked around. They were in a forest. The trees were tall and green. There were mountains in the distance. It looked like Earth, but it felt different. It felt lonely. Vegeta climbed out next. He did not say a word. He walked away from the machine. He walked to the nearest tree and punched it. Bam! The tree snapped in half and fell over. Vegeta did not stop. He punched the stump. He punched the ground. He screamed. It was a long, loud scream of pure rage. He screamed until his throat hurt. He fell to his knees in the mud. He slammed his fists into the dirt. "Damn it!" he shouted. "Damn it all!" Bulma climbed out slowly. She was shivering. She looked at the time machine. It was smoking. It was broken. She looked at the forest. She checked her watch. She checked the date on the machine's computer before it died. She gasped. They were in the future, but not Trunks' future. They were in a different future. A future where nothing had happened yet. Or maybe a future where everything was already gone. It was confusing. Time travel was messy. But one thing was clear. They were alive. And the Earth, this Earth, was still solid under their feet. Trunks and Gohan carried Piccolo's body out. They laid him gently on a patch of grass under a tree to keep the rain off him. Gohan looked at Piccolo's face. He looked so peaceful. Gohan touched Piccolo's shoulder. "I'm sorry," Gohan whispered. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Piccolo." Gohan stood up. He walked over to a rock and sat down. He put his head in his hands. He did not cry. He had no tears left. He just stared at the ground. Goku walked over to Vegeta. He stood behind him. He did not touch him. He knew Vegeta did not want to be touched right now. "Vegeta," Goku said softly, "we are alive. That means we can still fight." Vegeta laughed. It was a dry, bitter laugh. He did not look up. "Fight?" he asked. "Fight for what, Kakarot? There is nothing left. Our world is dust. Bulma's parents are dead. Your wife is dead. Your children are dead. We are kings of a pile of ashes." Vegeta stood up and turned around. His face was dirty and wet with the rain. "We ran away. The Prince of Saiyans ran away like a coward. I should have died there. I should have died with my family." Goku looked down. He clenched his fists. "I know," Goku said. "I feel it too. My chest hurts more than my broken ribs. Losing Chi-Chi, losing Goten. It feels like someone ripped my heart out. But if we give up now, then Zamasu wins completely. If we give up, their deaths mean nothing. We have to make it right." "How?" Vegeta shouted. "We don't have the Dragon Balls. The Namekian is dead. The Earth is gone. We can't wish them back. We can't fix this." Bulma walked over. Her eyes were red. "We have to try," she said. Her voice was shaking, but it was firm. "We are the only ones who remember them. As long as we remember them, we have a duty to avenge them. We have to kill that monster. For every single person he killed." Suddenly, the sky changed. The grey clouds did not move away. They tore open. A huge purple rift appeared in the sky. It looked like a wound in the air. Lightning shot out of it. Green and black lightning. The air pressure dropped. It became hard to breathe. The birds in the forest stopped singing. The wind stopped blowing. A terrible, familiar energy filled the air. It was heavy and cold. It tasted like metal on their tongues. Goku looked up. His eyes went wide. "No," he whispered. "It can't be. Not this fast." Vegeta looked up. His face went pale. "He followed us," Vegeta said. "The time ring." From the purple rift, a figure descended. It was merged Zamasu, but he looked different. He was not the perfect, beautiful god anymore. His right side, the side that was Zamasu, was purple and gooey. It was melting. The damage from the Goku's Kamehameha and the dimension travel had corrupted his body. His arm was huge and swollen. His eye was yellow and crazy. He looked like a monster. He looked like a nightmare. Zamasu floated down. He stopped just above the tree line. He looked down at them. He smiled. His smile was crooked and scary. "Found you," he said. His voice echoed like thunder. "Did you really think you could hide from justice? Time is my domain. Space is my garden. You are just bugs crawling from one leaf to another." Goku stepped forward. He ignored the pain in his body. He transformed. He did not have the energy for blue. He went Super Saiyan. His golden hair lit up the dark forest. "You don't know when to quit," Goku shouted. Zamasu laughed. "Quit? I am the universe. I am the law, and the law says you must be erased." Zamasu raised his corrupted purple arm. It stretched out. It became huge. It slammed down towards them. "Move!" Vegeta yelled. They all jumped in different directions. The giant purple hand smashed into the ground where the time machine was. Crunch. The time machine was flattened. It was destroyed completely. Now there was truly no way back. They were trapped in this time. Gohan jumped onto a branch. He looked at the monster. He felt that fire inside him again, the rage. But he was tired. His body was slow. He tried to power up to his ultimate form, but his aura flickered and died. He was running on empty fumes. Trunks jumped next to him. Trunks drew his sword, but the blade was chipped and dull. "We can't fight him like this," Trunks yelled. "We are too weak." Goku landed on a rock. He looked at Vegeta. Vegeta was panting. He was also in Super Saiyan, but his light was dim. Goku knew Trunks was right. Individually, they were ants. Even together, they were just a group of ants. They needed to be a giant. They needed to be something stronger than a god. Zamasu did not give them time to think. He fired beams of red light from his halo. The beams tore through the forest. Trees exploded. The ground caught fire. The rain turned into steam. The heroes were running for their lives. They were dodging and weaving. Goku hid behind a large boulder. He was breathing hard. He looked at Vegeta, who was hiding behind a fallen tree nearby. Goku had an idea. It was a crazy idea. It was a desperate idea, but it was the only idea he had left. "Vegeta!" Goku shouted over the noise of explosions. "We have to do it." Vegeta looked at him. "Do what? Blast him?" "No," Goku shouted. "We have to fuse." Vegeta's eyes widened. "Fuse? We don't have the earrings. Shin is dead. We can't become Vegito." "Not the earrings," Goku yelled. "The dance. The fusion dance." Vegeta looked disgusted. He looked like he wanted to vomit. "The dance. That ridiculous ballet move you taught the boys. You want me, the Prince of Saiyan, to wiggle my hips and touch fingers with you. I would rather let him kill me." "He is going to kill us anyway," Goku shouted back. "And then he is going to kill Bulma, and Trunks, and Gohan, and everyone in this timeline too. Is your pride worth more than their lives? Is your pride worth more than Bulma?" Vegeta went silent. He looked at Bulma. She was hiding under a rock ledge, covering her head from the falling debris. She looked terrified. Vegeta felt a sharp pain in his chest. He remembered her face when the earth exploded. He remembered his promise to protect her. He looked at Zamasu, the monster who took everything from him. He ground his teeth so hard they almost cracked. "Fine," Vegeta roared. "Tell me how to do it. But if we survive this, I will never speak of it again." Goku smiled. It was a small, hopeful smile. "Okay, listen. We need to match our power levels exactly, and the moves have to be perfect. If we mess up, we turn into a fat guy or a skinny guy and we die. We have to be perfectly in sync. Just show me the moves, Kakarot," Vegeta yelled. Goku jumped out from behind the rock. "Trunks, Gohan. Distract him. Give us 1 minute." Trunks and Gohan nodded. They knew what they had to do. They had to be bait. They screamed and flew at Zamasu. They were flies attacking a dragon, but they were brave flies. Trunks fired a garlic gun. Gohan fired a Masenko. The beams hit Zamasu's face. They did no damage, but they made Zamasu look at them. "Annoying pests," Zamasu shouted. He swatted at them with his giant purple arm. Trunks dodged. Gohan ducked. They were buying time. Down on the ground, inside the burning forest, Goku and Vegeta stood side by side. "Okay, Vegeta, watch me," Goku said. Goku lifted his arms to the side. "You have to bend your knees like this. Then you say Fushun and bring your arms up. Then Ha and touch fingers." Vegeta watched. His face was red with embarrassment. "This is the most humiliating thing I have ever seen." "Just do it," Goku said. "Match my energy." Vegeta closed his eyes. He sensed Goku's energy. Goku lowered his power to match Vegeta's current injured state. They found a middle ground, a frequency where their two spirits vibrated as one. Vegeta opened his eyes. He looked focused. Ready? Goku asked. Let's get this over with, Vegeta growled. They stood apart. Fire! They both shouted, moving their arms in a slow arc. Saiyan! They bent their knees and shifted their weight. Ha! They leaned in and extended their index fingers. Their fingers touched. A bright light exploded. It was blinding. It was brighter than the sun. It was brighter than Zamasu's halo. The light swirled. It was gold and blue. A massive pillar of energy shot up into the sky. It blew the clouds away. It blew the rain away. The fire in the forest went out instantly from the wind pressure. Up in the sky, Zamasu stopped chasing Trunks. He felt it. A power that terrified him. He looked down. What is that? He asked. What is this light? The light faded. Standing in the crater where the forest used to be was a single warrior. He wore a vest with orange pads. He had baggy white pants with a blue sash. He had spiky black hair with a single bang hanging down his forehead. His eyes were sharp and serious. He radiated a power that felt limitless. He looked at his hands. He clenched his fists. He felt the combined power of Goku and Vegeta multiplied by the fusion. He felt incredible. Zamasu floated down a little. He squinted. Who are you? He asked. You are not Goku. You are not Vegeta. The warrior looked up. He smirked. It was a confident, cocky smirk. I am not Goku or Vegeta, he said. His voice was two voices layered together perfectly. I am Gogeta, and I have come to take you down. Zamasu laughed. A fusion, another mortal trick. Two weaklings combined are still just a slightly stronger weakling. I am a god. Gogeta did not talk. He just vanished. He did not fly. He just appeared in front of Zamasu. Zamasu blinked. What? Bow. Gogeta kicked Zamasu in the face. It was not a normal kick. It was a kick that carried the weight of a whole planet. Zamasu's head snapped back. His neck crunched. He flew backwards so fast that the air caught fire around him. He crashed into a mountain range 10 miles away. The mountains crumbled into dust. Gogeta stood in the air. He crossed his arms. He waited. Trunks and Gohan floated nearby. Their jaws were dropped. Is that Dad and Goku? Trunks asked. That's Gogeta, Gohan said. He felt a glimmer of hope. That's our winning card. Zamasu exploded out of the rubble. He was screaming. His purple arm was pulsating. He was furious. How dare you? He shrieked. I am immortal. He flew at Gogeta. He fired a massive holy wrath ball. It was huge. Gogeta did not move. He just looked at the ball. He raised one hand. He flicked his finger. The air pressure from his flick hit the ball. The ball dissolved. It just vanished. Zamasu stopped. He looked scared. Impossible, he whispered. Gogeta flew forward. He was a blur of motion. He punched Zamasu in the chest, then the face, then the stomach. Da 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 da. His punches were too fast to see. Zamasu was getting beaten like a drum. Purple goo splattered everywhere. Zamasu tried to heal, but the damage was coming faster than the healing. Gogeta grabbed Zamasu's halo. He ripped it off. He broke it over his knee. You're not a god, Gogeta said coldly. You're just a monster with a complex. Zamasu roared. His body began to expand. The purple corruption spread. He grew giant. He became a massive, grotesque giant. I am the world, he shouted. He tried to crush Gogeta with a fist the size of a building. Gogeta flew up. He raised both hands. A rainbow sphere of energy appeared. It sparkled with stardust. It was the Stardust Breaker. This ends now, Gogeta said. He threw the sparkly ball. It looked small and harmless. It hit Zamasu's giant chest. It did not explode. It sank into his skin. Zamasu stopped moving. He looked down at his chest. What have you done? I have purified you, Gogeta said. Inside Zamasu's body, the Stardust Breaker exploded. Beams of light shot out of Zamasu's skin. White light, pure light. Zamasu screamed. But it was not a scream of anger anymore. It was a scream of fear. His body started to disintegrate. The purple corruption turned to ash. The green skin turned to dust. The immortality was being undone by the soul-cleansing power of the fusion. No, Zamasu yelled. My justice, my world. Flash. A massive explosion of white light covered the sky. It was beautiful. It was silent. When the light faded, there was nothing left of Zamasu. No dust, no spirit, no time ring. He was gone, erased from existence. Gogeta floated in the quiet sky. He took a deep breath. He looked down at the ruined forest. He looked at Bulma, Trunks, and Gohan. He gave them a thumbs up. Then he glowed yellow and split apart. Goku and Vegeta separated. They fell out of the sky and landed in the mud. They were exhausted. They could barely move. Bulma ran over to them. She was crying happy tears. You did it, she sobbed. You killed him. Goku laughed weakly. Yeah, we did. Vegeta spat out some mud. Don't ever ask me to do that dance again. They sat there for a long time. The rain stopped. The clouds broke. A single ray of sunlight came down. It shone on the green grass. They had won. Zamasu was dead. But then reality set in. They looked around. They were in a strange timeline. Their home was gone. Their family was gone. They had won the fight, but they had lost the war for their lives. Gohan stood up. He looked at the sun. What do we do now? He asked. Where do we go? Goku sat up. He looked serious. We can't go back. There is no back. But we have the time machine wreckage. Bulma is here. Maybe we can find the Dragon Balls of this timeline. Maybe we can ask the dragon here for help. And if this timeline has no dragon, Vegeta asked. Then we go to Namek, Goku said. We find New Namek. We walk there if we have to. We don't give up. That's what Saiyans do. Suddenly, a strange sound was heard. It was not a monster. It was a humming sound. A pillar of light appeared nearby. It was not Zamasu. It was clean, white light. A figure stepped out. He was tall. He had blue skin. He had white hair. He held a staff. It was Whis. But which Whis? The Whis looked at them. He looked at the crater. He looked at the exhausted Saiyans. He smiled a small, polite smile. My, Whis said. You all look terrible, and you seem to have made quite a mess of the timeline. Beerus stepped out from behind Whis. But this Beerus was alive. He was eating a pizza. He looked at Goku and Vegeta. He swallowed his bite. So, Beerus said, you're the ones who smell like trouble across time. Explain yourselves before I destroy you. Goku and Vegeta's jaws dropped. They were in a timeline where Beerus was still alive. They were saved. Or were they in more trouble? The episode ends with Goku looking at Beerus with tears in his eyes, happy to see his friend alive, while Beerus looks annoyed at the crying mortal. There are always more episodes when gods are involved.